Assalamu alaikum, barakah, haMoshiyach. Kadashida Kade Po Yeshua Haim Olamim Bashamayim. And we're just singing songs. We're gonna read the scriptures. Obviously they're scanning and they're trying. Obviously by the time I upload this, obviously it's censored. Obviously they want to be me. Obviously they got a fat daddy somewhere in the world trying to be king. Obviously there's a fat Danny out in the world trying to be king. Slaves. Obviously everybody in Sacramento thinks he's a god. Oh, not everybody. Many of them, all the cockroaches. All the cockroaches, and many are awakened. God did a great work in the world, and here comes fat ass baby eaters to come snatch and try to become pre-Jew-8. You know, like the movie, No Retreat, No Surrender. The Russian mob figure, Moab, comes to take over the dojos. But it doesn't work, obviously. You know the Bible. And they use dust and eye injections to stain your eyes. And they use radiation and zapping, rashing people, and obviously that's not ministry. That's Nazi Hitler Germany. Shout out to Germany. Obviously it's satanic. Obviously it's communism. Obviously they're pig snorters. Obviously they're pigs and firemen. Fire boys who don't tell the truth. Obviously it's a bunch of fat cannibals or skinny cannibals. Could be fat, skinny cannibals, and that want to take over, and they want to be me, right? And obviously it's a bunch of cannibals. As the television, the internet shows, it's just basically a bunch of pigs, fire boys, Peter Moult, Michael Oscars running around. And they they're going to put in work for Satan and try to hijack the ministry, and then go to hell afterwards, because God is not a dumb old blind man. God isn't Isaac. Freemasonry teach that God is Isaac, and they're Jacob's supposed to a blessing. That's why you have the girls in them. That's why they had Kimberly in with a badge and a fur jacket, because that's Freemasonry, satanic lies to steal heaven. And Jesus said you got to be born again. You can't steal heaven. But Freemasons reject Jesus Christ and the gospel. You know, that's why they had Kimberly do that. Fur jackets to steal Adam's blessing. But I'm Jacob. I didn't steal it, but it was given to me. Esau, Jacob didn't steal Esau's blessing. Esau gave it to him. When these guys didn't have a chance. But the world of Esau's of a different kind sold out for pleasures. For example, hip hop, R&B, I got everything, and now they got it back. I didn't steal it. They stole it. These guys try to steal your salvation. You know, these guys who killed, they sacrificed with the pandemic, Night Owl rapper. They killed. I think it was like Italian or something. They killed the guy from Wicked Minds. What's his name? The rapper, the chubby one. Yes, sir. Uh, this guy, Wreck. Um, he was Puerto Rican, I think, or something. It was. He was in certain Wreck, rapper, ethnicity. It doesn't really matter what he's what. I'm just trying to remember what he was Puerto Rican or something, or Italian or Puerto Rican or something, and they're still doing they snort and then they start zapping the ears and torturing us. The police department, the government, and basically it makes me pause. I have to pause, and that's where they come in and start taking the whole sermon and running with it, preaching, whatever they're doing over there in the metaverse, if anything. And let me see. I want to say. He was found dead on the side of the road. And I think they got the guy. I think it was like two brothers or cousins or something. And I sent him a message, and I was saying about God. I was talking about Jesus Christ. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Oh, I think that's it. These guys are Victorville. And they found him. And man and his nephew. And carjacking relation to a man who was found dead along Mariposa Road on Sunday night. And it says Michael Pejinte and Christopher Pejinte, 20, were arrested Halloween night after investigators. This was like 2011 or something, 2012. And 2012. And 2011-12, I was sending them some stuff about Jesus Christ, and then he didn't want to receive. He did a song, I think, after that. Was it a song or a video? Or it could have been an autobiography or something. It was either a video song or it was a autobiography that was saying that God wasn't there for him, his homies were there for him. And then this happened to him. And I'm just telling you guys a story. That's not the topic, but true story, that's what happened. Then I was witnessing to him, and then he came out and said, I think it was publicly too, it wasn't to me, it was publicly, he said only his homies like basically he didn't give God glory, and he said only his homies were there from, and then that happened to him. Nevertheless, it shouldn't happen. He should have had more. He should have been able to live life. Maybe he would have got saved later. You know, that's what I don't like about. That's what I don't like about these guys. Is they try to be God, and they're trying to be God over me, and they want to take over my ministry. And this ministry belongs to Jesus Christ, God, and myself. This is my ministry. This ain't Peter's and Coffee and over there. This ain't theirs. It's mine. And nevertheless, it's a way to keep Peter locked down. So like, it's a way for like Peter wants to get saved, but he can't because the old people are over him. Peter can't get saved because they hold him hostage. Cough, cough, cough. So basically, they make Peter an enemy, and Peter allows it. You know, Peter's just a weak little dog. He's a weak little stray dog. They got him in check. He wants to get saved, but he can't. And he can't get saved because he's not meant to get saved. Because he violated the king and the children and the wife. He violated us. And he's a mocker. He's not serious about God. He's a mocker. He sits there and laughs. And we don't want him anyway. He's just a pawn. He's just a cockroach. They use him for letters, for coffee. All Peter is a thorn in the ear. Every time I say, "This is Preach Every Day, my ministry," cough, 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 kefa. That's all he's good for. All he is torment. All Peter is torment for the CIA and the poopy head. That's all they are. And that's why they're useless. And that's why they're enemies. Because they made themselves enemies. You know, they don't, and like we talked about last night, they made themselves the enemy. And they don't love Jesus. They only want Preach It When They want Adam Duran. They want Adam and Eve's. They don't love God. They're exalting themselves. Cough, cough, cough. You can't listen to me. You got to mind your own business, and you can't have the mark of the beast. You can't be listening to me. You can't be spying on me. You can't be coughing. You can't be doing all that noise over there, Peter. Piggle. Big fat Peter Pigs. You can't be making all that noise. You can't be spying on me. Mark of the beast is hellfire. Get it in your mente. Get it in. You're done. You're goners. And not to the garden either. You're going to somewhere else. You're gone. Not to paradise. You know? And they don't want to admit it, but if it wasn't true, I wouldn't say it. And number two, they torment us. The ears, they're always on our fucking ears. There's demons. You don't do that to Christians. You don't go torment pastors. You don't go beat up pastors and go get their kids and pedophile their kids and force them to confess you as kings. That's not how you become king. You don't become king by sucking piggle sticks. Piggles are powerless. They're the devils. Obviously, you guys are breaking the law of God. Obviously, they're breaking the law of God. Corpse, having sex with corpses, killing babies and everything. You're obviously a Satanist. So, stick to that. I mean, repent, stop doing it, but nevertheless, that's your thing. This is my thing. And so, with that being said, First Corinthians, as Adam Duran calls Jacob by the law of Moses and by the word of God spoken. 15:27, 1 Corinthians. Adam Duran calls Jacob. God has put into subjection all things under his feet. But when it may be said that all things have been put in subjection, it is evident that he who has put it in subjection all things to him, okay, is accepted. And what it's saying is, I just stick to the first part, that the picture that came up on my newsfeed today was more Peter blasphemy. Hi, baby, God bless you. And I'll say hi real quick. Oh, that's really emotional? Of course, God bless you. Cool. And, it's whatever. Don't worry about it. You're gonna get your money. You're gonna get your money. I gotta be king. What are you doing now? And so, this is what came up on the newsfeed, and this was the next newsfeed on the next post on the newsfeed was the so-called Goyim locked in, and it's not everybody. It's made to look like everybody. First and foremost, they don't represent everybody. You know. First and foremost, they don't represent the world. Everyone has their own individual choice. And those who love God and are humble. And what is this supposed to represent? So that was on the newsfeed. Then this shows Jesus Christ under Peter Cross. Wow. It's good to know. It's not good. That's evil. Blasphemy. That's evil. That's wicked perversion of Peter's Freemasons, SFG San Fernando, and their satanic brotherhood worldwide. So when the pale ladies and men are coughing, just remember, they exalted themselves over Jesus. They do what they want. I'm obviously, I answer to God. I obey him. I answer to God. Them, the Freemasons, do what they want. Because they're satanic. So the cross, Peter Cross, has exalted themselves. We already know that because the chip tells us that we are the temples of God, and 2 Thessalonians tells us that they exalt themselves above all gods in the temples of God. They exalt themselves in our eyes, ears, and they're using military technology to zap our ears and stuff. So this is what I want to tell you, the cockroaches of San Fernando and all the cockroaches who follow them worldwide or international. This is the Freemasonry of Peter, Michael, Oscar, Jesuits, of Catholic Church, and Freemasonry. That they're above Jesus. The sticks of the poopy head and all their sticks means this. It don't mean us, Israel. So always know the difference. Always know that we're not them, they're not us. Whether they use the same letters, they use the same colors or letters, just know it doesn't mean the same thing. When they say Jesus, they got a whole lot of Jesus. They got Jesse's Jesus. They got Jason's. They got a whole lot of fake Jesuses over there in the lodge. And they fell into the trap of the CIA. Through crime, through Satanism, they fell into the trap of Rome. And let's get a confirmation. No snorting in the ears. It's not allowed. Okay. We're not your guinea pigs. We're not guinea pigs, we're sheep. We're sheep of the Lord. We don't belong to you. So keep your stupid little ears out there to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I don't hear it. Ephesians. I'm gonna read this so they can't blaspheme. I'm gonna read this for the sake that they can't. For the sake that they can't blaspheme. And interpret it. And let's open it real quick. Let's open Hebrews 2. Because of this, it behooves us to give heed more abundantly to the things we have heard, lest ever we should drift away. Okay, so we're not drifting away like the snorters and piggles. They got Durans over there, but I'm not one of them. We drift to God. We don't drift away from God. So they got Durans. There you get. They got Durans. You know who they are. They got Durans. They drift away. We drift to God. For if the word having been spoken by angels was unalterable, every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense, how shall we escape having neglected such a great salvation? But we didn't neglect it, so let's update this. How shall they escape neglecting the great and one and only salvation? There's no escape. There's only one salvation. The mark of the beast is here. It's done. I have the keys to conquer the beast. God ain't listening to no money lovers. God ain't listening to no money lovers shaking their butt. God ain't listening to that. Unless I bring them into the priesthood and they want to praise Jesus and worship God. But God ain't listening to this. You're going to tell me, look at this. You're going to tell me God is going to listen to this over me? Waiting for my honeymoon? God's going to listen to this? This. This. God ain't listening to 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 this. That's AI. God ain't listening to no AI computer. God ain't listening to none of this. Why would he? They're not preaching the gospel. They're selling sex and clothes to Pork Chop and Putin and all the world leaders, misleaders, to all the bankers, the banksters, to all the Satanists who slaughter people, and the girls are scared because they sucked in all the people, all our wives and daughters into the slaughterhouse. And God, is that Bill Gates? Awesome, God bless you. Whoever it is. God bless Bill Gates, everything's great. My guys are good, don't listen. Everybody's great, our families are great. whoever's great in my family's great. Um, but those violators, family members or violators touching wives and kids and things like that are gone. I'm not done with that. Let's see. My wife and kid, they're goners. And so, God ain't listening to this. Okay. Number one, God ain't listening to it. Number two, the mark of the beast is here. Number three, I'm a friend, I'm not a foe. I'm not a foe, everybody knows this, so that's good. Everybody knows what I'm stand for, everybody knows what I'm doing. But the psyop is to cough, 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 snort, snort, zap the ears, interrupt, sirens, helicopters, neighbors, fat gardeners, stupid, drunken, drug addict, pedophiles all around us, zapping the back, giving us rashes, irritating us, and all we're trying to do is preach. All I'm trying to do is do a video. And I gotta hear bullshit everywhere. And get zapped. And get gassed by the pigs fire department. And then they say, but we want to go. And they post a stupid picture on their line of the two pigs at the beach or at the sand with the Jesus is King bullshit. No, dude, you ain't going because you're a false god to somebody. The hood is under the pickle department. So as false gods over the hood, you did it to yourself. You said you're God, you're gods over us, and you act like it. You zap us, you harass us, you want sex and worship. Then they want to go write Jesus Christ or Jesus is King in the sand. They're probably talking about the Asian Jesus. They're talking about the Asian Jesus, fake Jesus. Like we were talking about last night. We were talking about last night that when they say Jesus or write Jesus, always ask yourself and remind yourself what Jesus they're talking about. Are they talking about Jesus Christ of the Bible? Hell no. They're not talking about this Jesus. They're talking about their Jesus. The false Jesus. Jesus Christ says this, the Bible talks about Antichrist, false Christ, and those things. Right? People will come in my name. False Christ will come. Antichrist. There are many. They're not just one Antichrist. There are many Antichrists. Ooh, we got them sweet. They got Antichrist on stacks. And Margie, Jesse, Peter, Maud, Michael, Oscar, Henry, all these fools over there sucking, snorting. They got Antichrist, fake Jesus on stacks. You know what I'm saying? That's them. That's what they're doing. They're trying to bring Justin Bieber down. Yeah, Adam's mad. You know, but I say it like this: blessings every day. Hip hop R&B is free. Hip hop R&B is free. You know, hip hop R&B is free. Holy Tree's free. And just keep that, hold that, and don't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, for example, I'm gonna do a video, or I'm gonna post it, and so they can't, because when I see Ivanka with her son, their frequency says he's out. I didn't say he's out. They said he's out. But the whole family's coming. But that's how San Fernando is doing right now. San Fernando is doing this. They don't like the Trumps. They don't like nobody. So, or well, probably the military or the pigs or any neighbor or somebody near that has access to the military weapons. However it works, it doesn't matter. But when I look at Ivanka's picture, and she's standing with her son, look, now they're walking around, shuffling around. Look at they're shuffling around. They're getting paranoid. They're lying to you guys. So listen, when I look at Ivanka's picture, and she's holding her son, and they say over here, you're out. They're saying he's out. I didn't say that. They got our voice recorded and they're doing things with it. And we're shooting it in the brain. Then they extract it and give it to you guys and say, Adam said it. They're shopping. Look at their piggles running around. Look at all paranoid. Look at the piggles running around all paranoid. I didn't say that. They said that. They're shooting it in the brain. Then they extract it. And then they bring it to you guys from Adam's brain that he said this. I didn't say that. They said it with my voice in my brain. They shot it in my brain. Then they extracted it and gave it to you guys. Nobody's out of the presidents. Nobody ever. That's the case. You're let me be honest with you guys. Shout out to hip hop R&B, but shout out to hip hop R&B. Everything's great, and Holy Spirit, everything's great. You know what I'm saying? I need presidents. I need and wants. And God, because they love God too, and they're believers in God too. So it's not just me. It has to do with them and God too. They believe in Jesus Christ. Jared's a Jewish boy. The kids are Jewish boys, and they're Christian Jews now. And we're not changing our mind, but I'm telling you what they're doing. We're not changing our mind. We're not changing anything. But I'm letting you know that's what they're doing over here. They're saying you're out, you're out, you're out, you're out. That's what they're doing. I might say it to somebody else, some queens or something, but they're copycatting me. They're copycatting me with frequencies and shooting it. They're shooting it in the brain, extracting it, and giving it to you guys. Don't listen to it. There's no Trumps out. There's no Bushes, there's no Obamas, there's no Biden's out. There's no even Kamala Harris is cool. Husband cool. Cleans are cool. Everything is great. Don't listen to these fuckers over here, dude, in San Fernando. They're fucking pissing me off. I want to fucking slay their ass. I hope God comes and slay their ass. They're fucking devils. Men and women. Traitors. They're trying to destroy because, they're doing yin yang. They want to be nice and friends, and once you walk away, then they're going back to trying to destroy the Trump family. And I'm here to tell you, it's not going to happen. You're more guarded, and you're more guarded than hip-hop R&B. The presidents are more guarded. The presidents and their family, you're more guarded than hip-hop R&B, and hip-hop R&B is guarded pretty good. I'm always watching for someone to get out of line and act stupid, and just say, okay, we don't need you, we can have another one. And Ivanka, and like for example, Jared and Ivanka's sons, we're all going to be anointed. We're all going to be super duper anointed to sing and dance for God. All of us. We don't even need them. But their souls, they are precious souls that God made them. So that's why I keep blessing them, because they're souls of God. God made them. But it's in love. It's all in love. For some reason, the singer's disrespectful. a stalking little trick like Usher, or if that's him, that's the case. Always going on my device and putting his face everywhere, annoying my ass in one day or a whole week. You know, we don't need Usher. I'll be Usher. Your kid will be. We all do better songs than him. He don't sing about Jesus. What do we need him for? We don't need no Usher. So we don't even need it. But it's because they're precious people. Puff Daddy, he's a precious boy. Yes, he's got talent. Yes, he can dance. Yes, he can sing. He got style and flow. But beyond that, he's a precious boy, and God gave him that because he loves him. You know, Justin Bieber, he's a Christian. He believes in Jesus. He can sing and dance. But why did God give that gift to him? Because he's a precious boy. You know. So, I just want to let you know what they're doing over here. And everything's great. But and whoever is trying to cause static, for example, if they go out and tell P.D. Pablo disrespects, do something or post something disrespectful for Peter because the letters, that's on P.D. Pablo, for example. I'm not saying anything. I didn't see nothing. I just see junk mail. I just see fake news and stuff. I just see fake news and junk mail all the time. But I'm saying, for example, he's good. P.D. Pablo's great. As a believer, there's no problems. But if for some reason that was the case and I didn't do nothing, you know, if he decided to be clowning and disrespecting and misleading the world to Peter for the letter business, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? If I could lawyer for him and keep it, or I could just let him go. I'll worry about it when I see it. You know, I'll worry about it when I see it. But if he's disrespectful, if he's doing things behind my back and being disrespectful, God knows, and God removes it. If he's gonna go hard and rep the devils over there for the letter business, that's his business. That's on him. But I don't know, because I haven't even went on his Instagram. I'm just saying, for example, because they put junk mail on my stuff. On the newsfeed, they put a junky newsfeed on here and zap me the whole time and try to irritate me. And girls too. As you can see, girls are irritating. And as you can see, girls are irritating. And Carla Henry, I just sent Carla Henry to the other side of the house with Carla. Or any girl, if they're being annoying or saying something disrespectful, telling some weird stories about so and so followers. If they're making fun of my stories, like catching them cheating, and you know, they're stealing stories, they're stealing ideas and using it. You know, that's kind of annoying after all. If that's the case, or just being lying, disrespectful. You know, basically, like I posted, I'll be in king mode, I'll be in husband mode sometimes. And right now I'm in priest mode. Right now I'm in priest and husband mode. And king mode. Right now I'm in husband, king, and priest mode. Then I'm doing prayers and blessings, as we do every day. But presidents, it's locked tighter than hip hop R&B. So, meaning it's not. I'm not changing my mind about presidents, because you guys are older. You guys are elders now. You guys are older, and you guys need a sure foundation. And so you have a sure foundation. And if you hear things, if you see and hear things, it's not me. They're putting it in my head. They're shooting it in my brain and extracting it. And I never said it. They're saying things through through my brain, through my thoughts. It's them doing it. And so, just know that. What's my time? I gotta keep these in an hour. 40. So, like I said, presidents, families is good for eternity. Not changing it, not changing it, not changing it, not changing it. It's good forever. And all the children need to know, because the kids, as you know, children need, shut up. The children need a sure foundation. They can't be growing up like we grew up. Slapping, fighting, kicking, punching, yelling, screaming, I'm out of here, drinking, drugs. That's how we grew up. That shit. Freemason ritual abuse. That's how we grew up. Jesse Margie, fighting, drugs, drinking, I'm out of here, coming back, stumbling drunk, dropping beans and food on the floor, slamming stuff, fighting. All we saw was them fighting each other, yelling for no reason, to traumatize Mary and David and Adam. To traumatize us. That's all we saw fucking growing up. Is that shit, and we went to church. So, you know. And we went to church too, so this is what I know how Satan works. Satan wants the fighting. Peter and all these fools, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do Jesse Margie stuff. Fighting. Jesse Margie over there happy, laughing. If I'm rebuking a wife, oh yeah, they're all pleased. Yeah, we got another one, old ladies. You know, the old lady's getting happy, trying to snatch a beautiful Carla Henry from me. I just send her to Carla, my girlfriend, wife, on her side of the house, and just go over there. I don't want to see it. Mentally, therapeutically, it helps me, and to deal with what I see on the internet sometimes. As you know, every day is mostly, and 99% of the days are awesome, great. And then I'll get into husband mode and then look at it. If you know someone that I really like, they usually go after the girls that I love the most, like Carla Henry. You know, she's one of the great. She's a great one, and they go after it because they're pieces of bin shits. So we already know who's doing it. If she offends me, it's because she wants to please these idiots, and then sometimes it might work. I might say, get the hell out of here and go to hell. Or I might say, go to the other side of the house. Because, you know, how can you say that? Just because, if she's not going to serve God, if she's not going to be representing, if she's not going to get serious about Israel, if she's not going to represent God, she's just a pagan Babylonian. Without me, she's just a pagan Babylonian that misleads astray Solomon. These girls will mislead me astray to Peter and Maud and corpses. If I follow her, I'll come over here and kill a baby. Yeah. That's all doom as Solomon. But I'm greater than Solomon. Luke 11. You know? And I'm going to just say it. And I said it. So, without me, they're just pagans. Many of them. Not all of them. There are many. Many are chosen, holy, righteous, holy, meant for me. And all of them are put here for me. But there's a thin line where the girl can just be kicked out of the kingdom because she's not born again, she's not serving God, and she's just going to be a pagan, ritual pagan, serving false gods. You know, so a born again person is going to a born again girl is going to keep representing God and not flip flop. A born again Pentecostal we don't go. The born again Christian don't go to the Buddhist temple. The born again Christian don't go to the Hindus. The born again Christian don't go to the Church of Satan. I mean, the fake ones do, but The real ones, we don't do that. Shut up, Piggles. And this is the frequency, the military frequency. They're pushing in the ear some thoughts or something. And so when the only way to cancel the frequency is to say, just shut it up. And I just thank God it's not that bad. Just thank God it's not. Right now they're doing the back. Do you guys get that? Do you guys get the itchy? Do you guys get attacked by the military weapons? I know people who do. The TI groups, and I don't know if they're still around, but back in like 10 years ago, there was a TI groups, not the rapper, but targeted individuals being targeted by synagogue or Satan government. They're being targeted by somebody. They break in their houses, they mess up their stuff, they flood their house or apartment, they mess up their cars, they do weird things that they're constantly terrorizing people. It's a targeted individual groups. I'm not really into that. Because I realize they all have the mark of the beast. And basically what happened was with the targeted individual groups, they claim to be targeted. They turned against me. And as a Christian, so when they turned against me, I was like, oh, these guys are fake. But spiritually speaking, they're fake. But physically, no, they were really getting zapped with rashes, and they were getting heated with direct energy weapons. And I saw they post pictures and stuff, and I saw what they're talking about. And it could be powder, in their bed, in their sheets, it could be in their laundry or something. But yeah, it is also the direct energy weapons that are zapping people. And this is my first time really experiencing the zapping. I've been schmelted like chemicals. My whole life I've been shot up with the needles and schmelted by these people in the neighborhood and family members and stuff. I was sick my whole life and stuff. And but the energy weapons and the pushing in the ears where you make you want to scream. I say shut up. And when you're talking to them, the pushing in your ear and you say shut up, and you got to cancel it. I've never experienced that either until now. Until like I guess probably since the last couple of years, or since the pandemic, or gassing, that's been going on for a long time. But anyways, the good thing is, you guys know, the good thing is that the Trump family and everybody down, everybody knows the tricks of their treacherous behavior. And I just wanted to say, I just remembered right now while I was talking, I was looking at Ivanka's picture with the tall son, and they were saying, "Ow, he's out," and then I heard noises outside my room, like people were they're doing a psyop. I was looking at pictures. They say he's out, he's out, he's out, he's out, and then they were stomping around the room and doing weird shit. Like running chaos. They're running chaos earlier, and then so I come out of my room, man. I come out of my room, and in my room, every day usually I wake up and then I do my little I do my little my little honeymoon prophecies, and then I'll check out newsfeed, and then I might do a remix or not, and then I'll start doing exercises and cardio, jumping jacks, and I don't do all my 3 sets no more because I gotta hurry up and get out of the room because you know what, the takeovers in there, you know what they're doing in there. I gotta hurry up and get out, go to the store, and get new food every day because the waters are, man, they're trash right now too. I can get like out of a 6-pack of waters or out of the case of waters, I got like a couple drinks out of it. And it's all spit, and before it wasn't so bad. The spit wasn't so bad. It was clumped together, but they homogenized it. They broke it up into smaller particles to where it dissolves into your mouth and you gag and you can't drink it. Before, in the beginning of the pandemic, the spit was clumped together like oil and water. Cause saliva, I guess saliva has oil in it or something, right? And so anyway, saliva, spit, like as you can see, spit clumps together. So when you drink your drinks and they put spit in it, the spit clumps together. You just spit out the spit, and then you can swallow the rest of the drink. But now they homogenized it and they broke down the particles to where they torment us with that. Like the police and fire boys, Peter and Martin. Anyone that wants to be over me, it could be your mom, dad. You know, there's people who are Freemasons. They have to trample their family. They have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You know, it goes from the family, then it goes to those over them, then it goes to those over them. It eventually goes to the pigs, fire boys. So like Jesse and Margie are coughing. They're basically sucking off Peter. Then they gotta suck off Mott. Then the Moat got to act right, so Moat gotta suck them off. Peter gotta act right, so he gotta suck them off. They all gotta suck each other off. They all gotta suck each other. The pig will gotta act right, or he could fall off, and that keeps everyone in line. And that's what keeps them in line. That even the piggies and fire boys are all stuck. They can't even get out of that. Because they killed so many Christians and babies, and God hates them. You know? And so if they say, but the presidents did it too, yeah, that's different. That's just chosen is chosen. We like who we like. And nobody tells me what to do with my money, and nobody tells God what to do with his money. You know, that's what gospel. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but we got pictures in Epstein pictures. I ain't trying to look at that. I don't give a shit what they did. I don't care. If I look at it, I'll just say blood of Jesus. If I see my president, I already seen videos. I already seen stuff already. I already seen all kinds of stuff. Cocaine, trafficking, dead boys on the train tracks. I've seen all kinds of stuff already since the 90s. Even before, I've seen stuff even before 9/11. Cocaine trafficking, dead boys, and all kinds of crazy ass gangster stuff. And I ain't trying to hear it no more. I ain't trying to hear it. We're not doing that. I have to do it. I have to do it only for the boys and girls to know that not to trust the pigs, not to trust the pigs or anybody. I gotta teach the generation not to trust. I gotta wake them up, make sure they're awake, and know that it's a corrupt and evil world out there, and that the boys and girls in the cartels, I gotta let them know that it's not your fault. It's the government's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's the Freemasons' fault, and it's the poopy head fault, the Roman Empire, because they all want to be worshipped. They rape little boys and babies and cook them. And that's evil. That's the worst thing ever. So, yeah, I'm not really into So, videos. I think the one I posted, the one on Tubi with 9/11. You know, that's just to wake them up, wake up the kids to know that this goes deep. You know, it goes real deep to military technology, thermite, explosive, oxygenating itself. They said, making it burn, burn, burn. That explains all the molten metal still down at the bottom. Man, that's a doozy. 9/11, the World Trade Centers. That was a symbolic thing for the takeover of the world, which they had the other president talking about in 1991. They had him talking about the New World Order, you know, and it's just, it is what it is, you know, and we gotta move past it. But as far as the voices of earlier, and don't listen to them because that's not me, that's their voices, using my voice. You guys probably know this. You guys are probably being contained in some way, fashion, or form. You know, there's probably some people there's probably some people around me in San Fernando spying on the president's chip, making sure they don't love Adam Duran. Well, make sure you don't love him. Make sure you don't love Adam. Make sure you don't represent him on your TikToks. You know, they're probably spying on you guys, trying to keep you guys in line, or I mean, if not you guys, they're spying on somebody. They're making people act weird. And they're trying to do a takeover in the brain, so nevertheless, right now I'm taking a bath, and I got like probably 57 minutes already, and right now I'm just taking a bath, dipping, and so this is just a introduction video. I don't know what we're gonna talk about later, but it's gonna be good stuff, and it's gonna be reminders of. There's gonna be reminders. I might talk about something. I want to talk about my girlfriends. All my girlfriends are sexy, holy queens. All of them, I love them. I love my girlfriends. They're girlfriends, and all my girlfriends and all my classmates that I never kissed, that I didn't kiss. Some of them I did kiss, and I love them. And I want to talk about them. Eventually, you're gonna keep. So that's, you know what I'm saying. I want to stay in our happy place, but at the same time, I gotta address nonsense and try to recall. I have to try and think of what the enemy's doing and saying to you guys, and then counterattack it and address it. And no, that wasn't me saying. That wasn't me. That was them. They were attacking the pictures when I looked at the picture. So, don't listen to my voices when they're pulling out thoughts and stuff like that. Don't believe it, because they're shooting in the voice and then extracting the voice, and then probably most likely giving it to you like that and trying to divide and conquer us. It's not gonna happen. I'll show them like a better Kelly. I'll show them. I'll upload this and then talk about something else.